Start your morning with the Chrisman Show on Kiss FM.
Tomorrow at I think 10 o'clock,
yes,
at the Republicans Club, you're scheduled to make an announcement.
That'll be the formal announcement.
Formal announcement. Is this the informal announcement? Today we're going to break the news. And Tom, you want to tell us the office that you are about to seek for the upcoming election year?
I am asking the people of the 10th Congressional District to elect me to the United States Congress. I want to be your congressman for the United States Congress in the 10th Congressional District.
How about that?
Yay!
Tom Marino. Congratulations. Good luck to you. Tom Marino, and I appreciate you talking to us and giving us a call to say, come on, the Chrisman Morning Show. We've, thanks to the 53,000 watts in the years here and knowing you a lot of years, it's an honor that it chose us to make the call. We've always felt that, upstanding guys, DA, and I know one of the big things you were always tough on crime, tough on drugs, and that was one of your pet peeves over the years. And I know you, had a great track record of really cutting into the bad element that came into this part of Pennsylvania.
I had a great staff, the people in the DA's office and the U.S. Attorney's office, where we continued that mission. Made me look good, but it was our mission. Drugs, among other things, but certainly rank right up there at the top of the social problems that we have. And if we could curtail and even eliminate that issue, life would be much better for everyone.
Yeah, you're right. I agree.
And I know as a U.S. Attorney, a lot of years doing that, some key years as U.S. Attorney from 02 to 07. And the big thing, I remember sitting next to you, I think we're doing a kickoff to Relay for Life, and it was about 02. And you were very involved with this Homeland Security deal, and a lot of the terrorism, and the people were scared. You're afraid to fly. People didn't know what was up next, and George W. Bush took it head on. Tom Ridge, our governor, then became the Homeland Security Director. I know you dealt with that administration. You dealt with the Homeland Security end of things behind the scenes. I remember, I said, how's it going, Tom? How's it going? And I remember you saying to me, there's so much more that out there that we have been able to do it, to stop, that you'll never know and you don't see behind the scenes the work and the effort going on at that time to keep our country safe. And I thought that was interesting. I remember we were chatting right before I think I introduced you to go up and speak for Relay for Life and the Cancer Society.
Even here in the Middle District, we've prosecuted, and when I say the Middle District, the 33 counties within the Middle District of Pennsylvania for the U.S. Attorney. And we prosecuted people involved with or attempting to aid terrorists, in addition to white-collar crime, organized crime, child abuse, drugs, you name it. We've attacked it from all fronts and all levels. But I'm not speaking for the U.S. Attorney because I'm not anymore.
Right.
But I want people to feel comfortable, but be on guard, because there is so much going on behind the scenes, so much that I can't talk about that I experience that's confidential. But so many times we've prevented terrorist attacks or attempts, and so many times we put terrorists away and people aiding the terrorist, and hopefully that will continue.
Now, you're talking about letting down our guard. Have we let our guard down a bit with the idea that we're not going to take it anymore type of thing? We saw what happened with the underwear bomber on Christmas Day, and that was much closer to a disaster than so many people really think. People get complacent with the idea that, well, it hasn't happened, you forget about whatever. There's a lot going on back there. And are we letting our guard down? Is that part of the concern on the current administration and what's happening in Washington right now? The political correctness, all of the type of things that keep our country safe as people coming into the country, the borders and everything else.
Certainly terrorism is a major concern, but we're becoming complacent, and we have to be vigilant, because remember, the terrorists only have to be lucky once, and we have to be on guard every day to prevent this. But the mood now out there among the terrorists, people are concerned about the economy, jobs, and the spending. And one of the main reasons I decided, after being called by Washington and people in the district saying, look, we need somebody to step up to the plate here. And if we get enough new Congress members to step up to the plate, to change the system, no more bickering, no more backroom deals, we can make a major difference. I am tired of Washington reaching into my pocket, taking my money. I am tired of them overreaching, coming into the states and telling us how to live, thinking that they know it all. I am tired of the taxes. I'm tired of the Washington government just keeps growing and growing. And that wasn't the intent of the framers of the Constitution. We're in a federal system. The federal laws are very narrowly focused, but we need to downsize Washington. We have to do that. We need to cut taxes, and we need to stop this ridiculous, crazy spending, these stimulus programs that aren't doing anything. This health care that's done in the back room, struck by people who know very little about health care. I've talked to many people, several physicians and nurses, and it's just out of control. So we got to stop this spending. We got to take the responsibility back. Excuse me, that's my phone. This phone has been ringing more and more.
I bet. Somebody's calling saying, "Are you on the radio right now?"
I get the idea that as you look at the poll numbers and the Tea Parties and all the things that have gone on, the average guy upsets because it's almost like Washington is not paying attention. We've got an agenda. We're going to jam this thing through. We don't care what you guys think. We're above all of you. And that's, more and more Americans are getting upset, and you see how it's turned in a very short time in the last year, this administration, of where things are going, especially health care has been the top thing that has been trying to shove through this deal right now.
Healthcare has more people concerned, and again, no matter what the Pelosi crew tells you, remember before the Massachusetts election, we're going to push this through, we're going to do what we think's right, and then after the Massachusetts election, they come out and say, well, maybe we better slow down.
Yeah, right.
Maybe we better do this in a bipartisan way. Well, what happened? Where were they before the Massachusetts election? And I really get a charge out of them saying this was a wake-up call. Now, only one of two things happen here. Either they're not paying attention to us, if it's a wake-up call, and they should be, or they heard what we were saying but didn't care, because, of course, Washington supposedly knows more than we do.
That's right.
But that's not the case. We're smart. The voter, the taxpayer, we know what's going on. We can handle our own budget. We can do our own finances. We've been doing it for a long, long time, and we don't need to be paying more taxes for programs that are leaning more and more towards a socialist government.
The Scott Brown election in Massachusetts was a game changer all the way around, and it had to pump you up to see what happened when the people in a Democratic state spoke up and taken a seat that had been a Ted Kennedy seat for all those years.
It hits exactly what I've been saying for the past several months as I've been thinking about doing this. We're not stupid. We voters and taxpayers, we get it. Washington doesn't get it, and hopefully they're going to start to get it soon, and if not, there's going to be a major, major change come November.
Hey, we're going to talk Tom Marino, who has just announced his candidacy for Congress. Last time we had a Williamsport Guys congressman, Alan Erdl, in the 70s, and Herman T. Schneebly, ranking member of the House Ways and Means Committee in the 1960s. A couple of big names, certainly from this area, on two different parties. But sometimes it's not all about party. It's about bringing. What do you feel about bringing? Republicans certainly need a leader right now. They don't have anybody that is their next guy that they can hang something on. But it's sometimes tearing down that everybody says it's going to be a bipartisan issue, but it never seems to be.
It never seems to be, and I'm not making this a Republican-Democrat issue. I'm making this is what the people want. Pelosi and those leaders have no idea what it's like out in mainstream America. They have no idea what it's like in the 10th Congressional District. We have to make mortgage payments, and we've got to pay for our kids' college education. We don't go jetting off somewhere in a federally funded taxpayer jet. We don't have those luxuries. You know, they are in the mindset in Washington that, well, do what I tell you to do, not what I do. And that's offensive and condescending to me.
Absolutely. Tom Marino with us this morning. We'll come back. We'll talk and ask a couple other quick questions. I know you're a busy guy. We're going to be heading to a big announcement at the Republican Club tomorrow, 10 a.m. But today, I appreciate the honor of doing it here on our show. Local guy that will be rooting for you in the 10th Congressional District. And we'll talk about maybe some of the other things regarding this area, this part of Pennsylvania, and a little bit more about it. 8:20 in the morning, Chrisman Show on 102.7 KISS FM.
Start your morning with the Chrisman Show on KISS FM.